which had not been made. So the Chief Justice made a ruling that the status quo should remain. I remember when the legal officer from the Service Commission came to us, we were in a meeting, and she said that this order was just made. We asked her to explain what it meant. Because it didn't say an injunction to stop, but she said that is in effect what it was. The status quo must remain, so it means you can't do no promotions. All right, we abandoned the process and we waited. When the matter came up for us in court, this challenge by Brutus, in January, the Attorney General, Anil Nandlal, indicated to the Chief Justice that he wanted to have the thing, have the document here, at least an item from the news, where Nandlal said to the court that he wanted to try to resolve this matter. He said it didn't look good for the police officers to be taking the Police Service Commission to court. He wanted to speak to the Police Service Commission to see if he can get this thing resolved. And the article there, the thing, because at the time I was traveling on duty, I was in Bangladesh. And with the time difference, I had to get up, I think, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I had a meeting. The members who were in Guyana went to the Attorney General's chamber. I joined them virtually. And what happened? They were trying to get us to promote these people. And I said, no, this amount to blackmail. You can't get a court action against the commission and then want the commission, especially when you're not eligible because of disciplinary matters. Right? I said, no, that is not going to work. And then the thing fizzled. We had 2 meetings because the commission, Police Service Commission, was joined by some officers. Some officers joined. So Jupiter and Bacchus and these people joined with Brutus, and some other officers joined with the Police Service Commission. So that did not get anywhere because, as I said, they wanted us to disregard the process. That did not get anywhere, and the matter started to proceed through the court. Now, what happened next? The Chief Justice was scheduled to deal with the matter on May the 22nd, 2021. On May the 19th, listen to these dates carefully, the matter was scheduled to come up before the Chief Justice on the 22nd of May, 2021. The 19th of May, 2021, Conway, who's going to come on in a short while, a member of the Police Service Commission, and others were arrested on this trumped-up charge for conspiracy to commit fraud. And I'm going to tell you something about that a little later. I was abroad at the time. I was scheduled to be in Guyana on that date. Soku sent vehicle to the airport, to the Timeri airport, with the intention of arresting me on arrival. They sent a vehicle with ranks to arrest me on arrival. I did not travel a day. They sent the vehicle again the second day, on the 20th, to arrest me on arrival. So a very interesting part of this whole thing, as I've said, Conway arrested on the 19th, and the very day, the 19th of May, 2020, Prime Minister Mark Phillips wrote to myself and Mr. Conway for us to show cause why he should not advise the president to have us suspended from the Police Service Commission as a result of this trumped-up charge. The very day. So men arrested, and that is even before people went to court, because Mr. Conway, they made the first court appearance on the 20th of May, the next day. So the same 19th of May when this charge was filed, the same day the Prime Minister Mark Phillips wrote a letter. The letter is there for us to show cause why we should not be suspended. And I say then, and I'm saying now, that cannot be a coincidence. That was all part of the conspiracy to have us off the Service Commission. But let me, as I did the arrest part, let me ask Mr. Conway to deal with up to this part. Don't let me jump. Just what we have to add up to this part. And I think I'm going to try to get Mr. Tad again. CC, clarify and elaborate whatever you want to do and what we have gone through so far. Can we deal with the motive? We're trying to establish, try to show the students why we ended up getting charged. Please go ahead.
Well, our charge wasn't criminal, you know. It was, as you mentioned earlier, it was attempt to politically interfere with the Police Service Commission, which is an autonomous body. And they did it from all information with the previous Service Commission, where we had persons who were promoted persons, allegation persons who promoted pay money. We had allegation of sex before they get promoted, and all set of other irregularities. So the thing was, hey, charge Conway, charge Slowe, give them trumped up charges, and then make move to the president to have them suspended from the Police Service Commission. The whole idea that they had wanted their own people who could promote persons who the politicians recommended. And we were holding strong to the point that we not going to promote incompetence. We're not going to promote persons who are disparate matters spending. We're not going to promote uh, persons who took us to court and the matter spending. That we're going to be firm, we're going to be impartial in our behavior. So they try now to give us trumped up charges, no real evidence, as you're going to hear later on, and then approach the president to have us suspended from the Police Service Commission so that they can appoint their own persons as members of the Police Service Commission. And I think we had just about 2 more months ago. But they know that we would have made promotions, and those people who they had wanted to be promoted would not have been promoted because they were not competent.
Yeah, so you have it there, and you know the thing is, not only that they were not competent, they were not eligible. This rule that I'm talking about, that we're talking about, we did not make this rule about people not being eligible for promotion if they have pending disciplinary matters. It has been there. It is something we inherited, and as Mr. Conway rightly pointed out, when we got into the Police Service Commission, there were lots of allegations of monies being paid for people to be promoted, sexual advances being made to females in particular for them to be promoted. All those things were there. An investigation was done. I am privy to the report. Names were named. People who paid, or people who alleged to have paid monies. The intermediary was a man in the East Bank, and they would pay the money there and get the promotion. I have the names. Let them come and challenge me. I get the name. I have the names of those persons, the persons who paid, the person who received money, the intermediary. All of those things are contained in a report following an investigation that was done. Right? So let them tickle me. Right? So yeah. So what happened? We have the case where, as I've said, they move to charge, and the purpose of the charge, according to the letter from Mark Phillips, was to move them to have us suspended from the Police Service Commission. And then we received shortly after, about a week or so after, a second show cause notice. This time, the notice was addressed to every member of the Police Service Commission. In the first instance, it was myself and Mr. Conway, because, as they said, we were charged. And then, you know, a lot of things about presumption of innocence and all of those things came into play. We replied. When that first show cause letter came, our attorney then, Mr. Selwyn Peters, out of Canada, replied 500 and something pages he sent to them. Then what they do, shortly after next show cause letter, for all members now must show cause, because we are joined with Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipal to challenge the legality of the Fiscal Management and Accountability Act. And not only the Police Service Commission did so, the other service commissions, including the Teaching Service Commission, the Public Service Commission, joined in that court matter. And the only commission that they targeted was the Police Service Commission. They never wrote to the members of the other service commissions, but they wrote to all the members of the Police Service Commission, again, for us to show cause why, as the Prime Minister, why he should not advise the President to have us suspended because of us joining this matter. And then the thing moved on. Significantly, the Chief Justice set the 18th of June for ruling in this challenge brought by Brutus. the 18th of June 2021. She said, on the 16th of June 2021, we all received letters from the president saying that we were suspended with immediate effect. This is on the 16th of June. Matters to come up on the 18th, the 16th. And why? Because, as we said, they did not want the Police Service Commission to be in place when the matter was decided by the Chief Justice, because they knew that the Chief Justice would have thrown out that matter. Had no merit, had no grounds. Had no grounds. They knew. So then they moved to have the Service Commission suspended on the 16th of June. Matter was to be decided on the 18th. When it came up on the 18th, the Chief Justice did not rule then. She put it off to the 28th of June. She put it off to the 28th of June. So we were advised, because our lawyer with the suspension wrote to the president to advise him that, look, this thing is unconstitutional. The Constitution, specifically Article 225, sets out the process to suspend members of the commission. And that process involved the involvement of the Judicial Service Commission. And at the time, there was no Judicial Service Commission. So the lawyer wrote them to tell them that, to point out the flaw. And they disregarded that. And a significant thing, Mr. Conway made the point, that the commission that we were on, our commissions, the lifespan is 3 years. So we were sworn in on the 9th of August 2018, and the life of the commission would have automatically ended on the 8th of August 2021. And the president moved on the 16th of June 2021, less than 2 months, to unlawfully suspend the Police Service Commission. And the question again is why? And the answer to that is because they did not want the commission to be in place when the Chief Justice ruled on the challenge by Brutus. And let me read to you what the judge said. Let me read to you what the judge said. One moment, bear with me. You know, I get all of these records, you know. I get all the records. I'm going to read to you what the judge said about the president's action. Bear with me one moment. Students, all right, here it is. When Justice Gino Prasad ruled on the 24th of March this year that the president acted unlawfully, hear what he said. He said that the unconstitutional suspension of the police by the President Ali, the High Court ruled that the action of the president was unlawful, ultra-virus Article 225 of the Constitution, arbitrary, unreasonable, unfair, in violation of the suspended chairman and commissioner's constitutional rights to the protection of law and due process of law, null, void, and of no legal effect. That's what happened. The judge ruled that the suspension was unlawful. And again, I say, you have the suspension on the 16th of June. The Chief Justice was due to rule on the 18th of June. She finally ruled on the 28th of June. So why suspend? And then the life of the commission would have automatically ended on the 8th of August 2021. So why suspend? The answer was provided to you. So that's on the 28th. So once the Chief Justice ruled on the 28th, the commission then, because remember, she threw it out. So the commission then went ahead and released the promotion which had been stopped following the application by Brutus and others. So it was released. The very next day, the 29th of June, 2021, Attorney General Anil Nandlal on his program, Issues in the News, I think it is, on NCN, said that the government will not recognize the promotions made by the Police Service Commission. That is what he said. He went on in the same thing and he ranted. He called me a barjan. He went and he threatened. He said people like me and other members of the commission have no place in a society governed by the rule of law. He said all of those things on the 29th of June. And for your information, this is not about that now, but just to tell you that following when I appeared in court on the 15th of October, I filed a complaint with the police against him because I felt that was a threat. I felt he violated the cybercrime laws, the same law they're using against people. And on today like today, nothing happened out of the matter. On today like today. That was the 15th of October 2021. I have all of these dates written down properly. Nothing happened. So, all right. So, they did not recognize the promotion made on the 28th of June. And a lot of letters flowed and so on. Then what we have? We challenged the suspension. We went to court and we filed an application to challenge the suspension, say that it was unconstitutional, and we challenged it. Justice Gino Prasad was the judge dealing with that matter. We had several interlocutory proceedings. The first one, a mistake was made, and I admit, and I'm sure my lawyers would admit too, a mistake was made, and the president was named as a respondent. So the first argument by the Attorney General is that you cannot name the president as a respondent to any lawsuit because he enjoyed immunity. You had all the legal arguments. And then eventually, Justice Gino Prasad ruled that you cannot name the president in the lawsuit, and he ordered that the president name be removed from the lawsuit. The very day after Justice Prasad made that order, he was then about to do what we call case management. He was then about to set dates for the various arguments and so on. He was then advised by the Attorney General, Anil Nandlal, SC, MP, that they had filed an application around the same date. This one now was to discontinue the proceedings on the grounds that the life of the Police Service Commission had come to an end, and therefore this matter should not proceed. Following legal arguments again took up a long time, months and months and months. Eventually, Justice Prasad ruled that notwithstanding the fact that the commission life came to an end on the 8th of August 2021, the matter, that is the President's action to suspend the commission, was of sufficient public interest for this matter to continue. And he said that he will, Paul Slowe will be placed in the place and stead of the Police Service Commission. So the matter was no longer the Police Service Commission versus the Attorney General and all of these other people. It was Paul Slowe versus these people. That is what Justice Prasad ruled. Now, following that ruling, the Attorney General again, Anil Nandlal, appealed that ruling to the full court of Guyana. The matter went to the full court, another delay and interlocutory proceeding, and the full court upheld the decision of Justice Prasad. However, the full court said there was no need to substitute Paul Slowe in his place instead of the Police Service Commission. Paul Slowe can be added as an applicant in the matter. So that was done. The Attorney General then sought leave of the full court to appeal the matter to the Appeal Court of Guyana, and that leave was denied. Full court said, hey, there's nothing to go to no appeal court. So then the substantive matter went back to Justice Prasad, and after again all the arguments and all of that, because they wanted to create a picture to say that the challenge by the police officers show that they have no confidence in the Police Service Commission, and this matter was so serious that it warranted the violation of the Constitution. In other words, they tried to make this claim about doctrine of necessity, and the judge said, no. There was no riot, there was no war, no doctrine of necessity can uphold. So following all the arguments, the judge ruled finally on the 24th, as I indicated there, that the president's action was unconstitutional. The Attorney General said sometime after that the matter is going to be appealed. I think they appealed the matter. So we are waiting to hear what is the outcome of the appeal. Let me bring you back, Mr. Conway, for him to in case I missed anything. I tried to go through this thing as sequentially as I can. CC, did I miss anything there?
No. You're going in proper sequence. Continue.
Good. All right. Good. Let me